Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I shared these two cards on my blog the other day and somebody asked if I could show how they were made. This one's quite straightforward because I just used our brushed metallic cardstock sheets on that one. This is the one that's got the technique to it. First of all, let me bring that up to you so you can see. It looks absolutely brilliant. Okay. The embossing folder I've used is called Forever Evergreen, is it? Hold on. Evergreen Forest. Close. Alright. So, as I said, I'll do that one first, but let me tell you the cardstock that you're going to need. Oh, by the way, this is another one that I did since my blog. And in there, what I've done is... not that one, it didn't work. I stamped with Versamark. I did do it on this one, but you can hardly... oh, maybe you can see it there. I can see it on the small screen in front of me. Yes, you can. Oh, that's good. It's hardly visible. So I now like to do the lighter colour so that I can have a light colour on the inside, so that really does show up. You can write over that, it doesn't dry sticky or anything. So let's put those over there. So I will show you the card pieces that I'm going to be doing this one with. And they are, and I'm going to give you the inches, and in the box below will be the metric and also the US sizes. So you need a card base of Seaside Spray, and that measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, scored and folded at 4 1/8 inches. You need 2 middle pieces, which measure, these are Night of Navy, should measure 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/2 inches, and you should need 2 pieces of the top layers, which measure 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and then you need a little scrap for the sentiment. But the first one I'm going to do, as I say, is the easy one. And what I've done on here, all the pieces are the same sizes. My card base is Crumb Cake. This layer is Early Espresso, and the layer in there is going to be Crumb Cake, and the layer on top is, I'm not sure which bronze brushed metallic cardstock this is. There's 3 colours in the pack, and I think this might be the gold one, but it's also got copper and bronze, and I don't know the difference between copper and bronze. The one that I've used here is more what I would call like a rose colour, if you like. The other one is really dark, which I think's probably the copper, so that make that one bronze. So I don't know. Anyway, I think this is gold. So let's do this one first. As you can see, I've already added the layers together, so it's not going to take any time at all. So I'm going to bring my nice new cut and emboss machine over. And all the plates for this are numbered, and it tells you what you need. So this is plates 1 and 2, and on here it says using 3D embossing folders I need one of number 1 and one of number 4. So that's number 1, and this is number 4. Okay, it's a brilliant system, really is. So my embossing folder is this one here, which is Evergreen Forest. Really superb. Where's my bit of... oh, here it is. Now if you remember with the Stampin' Up embossing folders, where it's got Stampin' Up there, that is the front. So you need your brushed metallic bit coming towards the front like that. And it's very useful that they've got that line there, because it does help you to get your paper, your cardstock, whatever you're using, nice and straight. So I'm going to put that on there, line that up. If you don't get it straight, your trees look as if they're falling over. So put the folded part of your embossing folder through first. Put number 4 plate on top. Make sure it's all nicely lined up. And then crank it through. There we go. Put number 4 there. That's the embossing on it. Isn't that gorgeous? So let's pop that on the side for the time being. I will need that back later. Put that there for the time being, and let's move this out of the way. Now you can shut this quietly, but just mind your fingers. There we go. Right, so as I say, I've already done this, so what I need to do is to pop this on the top. And I need Tombow for this. You can use your favourite adhesive for this. It might be something like Seal or Seal Plus. Obviously, because it's very embossed, this does need a fair amount of glue on it. Okay, let's pop that back there. And since I did my video, I've also found that you can use a white gel pen to put the stars in the sky, or snow if you want it to be snow. Okay, so give that a good rub down. Okay, so that's good. I'm just going to pop it underneath there for the time being, because I'm going to do my sentiment. And my sentiment is from Itty Bitty Christmas. No, it isn't. It's from Happy Christmas. This Snow Wonder. And what I've started doing is anything that I've stamped and is not used, I pop it in here. So when I'm doing something like this, that's really convenient that I've already got one of these. Okay, it's done in black, which is what I want. Did I do the other one in early espresso? Oh no, because I got black at the background. But that's fine. I'm quite happy to use this. And I'm going to adhere it on using some dimensionals. And again, because this is going onto a... Oh! Didn't like that one, did I? I've written on the... I have also started writing on the back what colour this is, and also which set the dies come out of as well. So I'm getting more and more organised after nearly 9 years of stamping up. We don't really need to remove that. I just get concerned that maybe somebody will look underneath when I pop something up on dimensionals. So let me just pop some dimensionals on here. And I will put 4. As I say, it's because I'm putting this onto embossed piece of cardstock. I know that I've put it underneath my grid paper. And then all I need to do is to show you how I do the stamping with the Versamark. Okay, I'm just going to try and get this straight. Shouldn't be too difficult. As you know, it tends to be a bit of a nightmare for me, but there we go. That's good, I'm happy with that. Now this piece, I'm going to use a scrap of paper underneath. Because I'm using Versamark, I don't want to get it all over the underneath piece. I don't know how long it takes to dry before it stops being sticky. So what I do is I just ink that up. First one, I start off the side and I come about 2/3 of the way up, give it a good press, and then you get the image there. The reason I like to use Versamark as opposed to using Crumb Cake ink, and so I get a tone on tone, I feel that this one is lighter. You could use Crumb Cake ink and stamp off once to get it to go lighter, but I really recommend that you practice that on a piece of scrap paper, scrap crumb cake, so you can see exactly what it does look like. This one is quite a short tree. There we go. So that's going inside my card. Move that out of the way. Bring this in and Tombow. Just doing the outside is okay. As you know, I always give it that extra little squiggle. And pop the trees in up the right way. And then another thing I found since I've been playing with this since my blog, is you can actually use a white gel pen on here to do snow or stars. I like to think of them as stars rather than snow. Oops, that's a big star. But once you've done this, do put it aside to give it time to dry. I found that I could use my finger now to scrape it off, but it wasn't easy to get it off. So I'm quite happy to go with this idea now. Okay. I'm tilting my head sideways so that I can actually see what's going on here. That one was a bit messy. Let's make it bigger. That looks better. Okay. Now don't let anything go across that at all. So I'm going to put that one up there. And now I'm going to get this one going. Now I have no idea what this is going to turn out like. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'll adhere that one and that one, and I can't do that yet. So in fact I could have done this bit beforehand if I'd if I'd thought about it. That should be on my little mat. The Silicone Craft Mat is something that we sell, and it is brilliant. It won't let other things stick to it. That one. I'm going to do this one. Once I've got these in, then the fun can really start. Just pull it down this way a little bit. Oops, not that much. better, doesn't it? Yes, I think that's good. This one, let's just bring this back and I'll do my trees. You may notice that I've trimmed my tree. I cut some of the red rubber off. I found that I was continually getting extra ink marks around the edges. So on the sides that it was happening, I cut the rubber off. I have done that for years, but I must always warn you that if you do that to your stamps, you do make your guarantee with Stampin' Up! Null and void. But my feelings about it is that once I've been using a stamp, which I have obviously, which is how I found out that I'm getting the side marks, I don't believe there's going to be a problem with the stamp anyway. So nothing to lose. What I do to my stamps, as far as I'm concerned, it just improves them. So there we go, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Really delicate. Did I say this was Seaside Spray? Yes I did, because I couldn't think, could I? Let's put it in there and then it's out of the way. Now I'm going to be showing how to use the sponge roller to put the ink on the embossing folder. And I have to say, when I first saw this spongy roller, I thought, Stampin' Up! I've got to be joking, because it looks so flimsy. Okay, I thought, no way that's going to work after what we have been using. And I am amazed. I think it is absolutely super. It's nice and gentle. Very, very easy work. I'm going to put that one in there. I'm going to bring another one out for my rolling. Now these rollers, you just run them under the tap to clean them. I'll show you another one. The colour will stain, but that won't affect it for the next colour that you use. I can't remember what colour was under here, but by the time I finished and I clean it, it will still look very blue. But if I go to use something like, say, red or orange or yellow or something, the blue will not come through on it. Right, okay. Now, what I want to show you is not only painting over your embossing folder, if I can see what I did with that. Here it is. But one of the techniques that I do, and I'm going to bring my blue card back to show you, this one. This one's Balmy Blue. I ink both sides of this. Okay, now that one I said is the front, so you have the front of your card going in like that. But if you use two pieces of this and you put them back to back, then and you've got ink over this, that also gives you a sheet that you can play with. And this is the other sheet. Okay, so this one is the embossed sheet and this is the debossed sheet. So you could do, if you ink all of this, you could do 2 layers and do 2 cards at the same time. It may be that you don't like the debossed one, and that's the embossed, but I think they're pretty good. So I'm going to show you, at least that way you have the choice of which way you do it. So I have 2 pieces of this. So in the instructions, if you want to do double layer, like I'm going to do, then you need to have 3 pieces of this, which is the 3 3/4 by 5 3/8 size. I'm going to put those there, and I am using Night of Navy ink. Now to ink your roller, it's no good just doing like that, because all you'll do is get ink on that part there. You have to roll, lift, roll, lift, like that, okay? That's very, very exaggerated, but when you see me doing it, you'll think that I'm just doing that, but I'm not. I'm doing roll, lift, okay? So once doing that, then you just need to roll on here. And you just keep going. Now I like to try and do it so that I put my cardstock, my top layer, so that it comes just above that tree, which is the tallest tree. That's it. I have another video that I did, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago I suppose, when I used this technique, and I think that was the one where I used butterflies, and it was really lovely. I was really pleased with that, and it has been a very, very popular video. The thing is, you can watch old videos because techniques like this don't change. I do think I could have done with my ink pad being re-inked, but I have learned never re-ink an ink pad just before making a video. That really is such a big mistake to make. It's either that or I haven't learned the technique of re-inking. I always tend to overdo it. You see, it's quite amazing how quickly this gets done, and all you've got is that little spongy roller. I have certainly been impressed with this. I don't mind the top being uneven because that's the sky. But I do prefer to try and get my trees even. And the trouble is, when you're working on a see-through embossing folder like this and you've already got ink underneath, you think that's in your ink, but it's not. It's in the on the paper underneath. Right, so I should have got my big, not my big shot, cut and emboss up. Now the only downside about this is because you have got 2 pieces of paper inside your embossing folder, it is tougher to use. You've seen me use the cut and emboss with just 1 piece of paper in there, albeit brushed metallic paper. Right, that's going to be it. Just do this side again just to make sure it's still wet. Okay, now I've got a scrap of paper there that I'm laying it on. Right, so I've got my 2 pieces, and I'm going to do it so that they're just above that. This can be a little bit messy, and I'm trying to do it straight on that line. Then once you've done that, I think that possibly moved. Now what I'm going to do, can I do all this one-handed? Yes, possibly. Right, you can see that, that's good. So I need number 4, number 1, put that upside down with the crease going in there first. Number 4, and then crank it through. As I say, it is a lot stiffer, but it's not too stiff. There we go. We do need this again. In fact, I wonder if I could put it in front there. Is that it? Yes, that's out of shot. So move that. We won't need that one again. But here we go. This is the embossed. which has come up really well. And this is the debossed. It's good, isn't it? So by the time I've finished, I will be able to make more cards just using these little bits. So let's leave that there for the time being. I'm not going to make a card with the debossed one, so I'll save that for later with the other one. This is for here. So what I do need is my sentiment. So did I bring a scrap of... Yes, I did. Here we go. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment in the Night of Navy, I think. And the Happy Christmas is another stamp that I've cut down. You can see it better because I've got the label on it. But that was... I kept getting shadows all around the edge with that. So let's see what we do. There we go, beautiful. Let's pop that up there out of the way. Put this away. Now I'm going to be die cutting this using this little die here, which is from dies. Where's the dies? Oh, here we go. It's from All Dressed Up. This is the one that makes the little bag thingy. Okay, so it's this here. And the sentiment fits in beautifully. So let me just bring this back again. So now I need... Ooh, sorry. 1, 2, and 2 number 3s. Oh, I should have bought the magnetic plate over. Forgot about that. I bought the magnetic plate and it's amazing. It is a complete plate like this. One side of it is like the grey bit on the number 4, but it's a different material. It's really very, very soft. So I'm looking for some scissors here, just so that I could pop that on there. But the underneath of it is a complete sheet of magnet, and the grey side is self-healing. It's like the blue mat that I'm working on underneath the grid paper. There we go, there's that. Oops, too close to the tripod. There we go. Okay. See, so the S comes right close to the edge there, even though it looked as if it was going to be cut, and the happy looked as if that was going to be cut as well, but it works nicely. That there. I don't think we're going to need this again. Put that down. I might try keep just putting it in front of me rather than having it at the side here. Right, so this is the embossed side. In fact, I'll adhere this first. Jumbo. I've got another thing, embossed sheet that I did, a top layer, which I'm not going to be using for a card. I used it as an experiment, and that was where I use my white gel pen to put the stars in, if you wanted them to be snow, and therefore you wanted some snow on your trees, I can show you how to do it. It's just that the colour that I was using, it wasn't dark enough for it to show up. Now if I'd done it to my, I'll just put that under there for a minute, give it a chance to flatten. Let me show you what else I've been experimenting on. This was a sheet of Whisper White, and I've used Night of Navy. Now that I didn't think was anything particularly special. I'd also put it in too low because I've lost the top of my tree, and I got this on the bottom because I hadn't paid attention to what I was doing. It might have looked better had I had more sky up there, I don't know. Maybe I'll try that one again sometime. That one I've shown you. This is Mint Macaroon, and if you look carefully you can see I've used my white gel pen on the sides of the branches there. As I say, it really needs to be on a much darker cardstock for it to actually show up, but if you wanted to do the branches, that's how I do it. It's all the branches on, say, the left hand side. I wouldn't do it on both sides. Okay, so that's what I did on that one. What was this? Oh, this was Misty Moonlight, and I used Night of Navy on there. I should have brought another bit over so you could see the difference. It didn't make a huge amount of difference there, but somehow I got a green splodge on it, so that spoilt it. In fact, that would have been better, wouldn't it, to have the white on it. I'm saying a dark one. Okay, so if I just do a few branches here and then obviously you could choose how much or how little the branches you do. In fact, you could actually do them both sides and say the snow was coming at the tree. So there you go, there's a little demonstration on how it would look if you do it on both sides and what it looks like if you do it on one side. Hopefully you're able to choose which one you like and therefore not waste any of your cardstock. Okay, but as I say, mine are stars, so I'm not going to put snow on my trees. And I'm going to use dimensionals on here. Again, I'll do 4. These are the large ones. I have a friend who's a demo in the US, and she uses her take your pick to get these backings off. She's absolutely amazing. I just spend my time stabbing the dimensionals trying to get them off, and never with any success. Right, my card is under here. I think. Oh no, it's under this one, wasn't it? Yes. Okay. So let's pop this on. What also might look nice is with some wink of Stella on this as well. But just do some stars. I do try to make my stars little round circles, like on the other one where I got the big one, oblong one. That wasn't intentional. As much as I like the adhesive backed snowflakes, which I've used on the other brushed metallic cardstock, I don't think it's ideal for this. It's one of those things, I'm on my second packet already because I like them so much, but there's a place for them, I think. So there we go, there's that one. That's Seaside Spray, that's Balmy Blue. Let's see if you can see all of these. Where's my other ones gone? There's what did I do with my other one? Oh, I put it aside, didn't I? Because I didn't want this to get knocked over. But there you go. That must be gold, I think. And this one on this side is either bronze or copper. I'm sure it's bronze. If you know, please let me know. I'll keep that one aside, even though I've done it for the video, just so I don't spoil the bits. Anyway, that's it for today. Many thanks for joining me. If you have any questions or any comments to make, please leave them in the box below the video. I do enjoy reading your feedback and I do answer your questions. In the box below the video, there will be all the measurements in inches, in metric and US. I'll also list out all the products that I've used, and there'll be a link on each product that will take you straight to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. If you do shop with me, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, you'd like to shop with me if you're in the Stampin' Up Europe market, which is the UK, the Netherlands, France, Germany and Austria, please remember to use the September HOSTESS code. So when I send you Happy Mail at the end of the month, well, it'll be the beginning of the next month actually, beginning of October, not only will you get a handmade gift from me and also an unused handmade thank you card and envelope, you will also get free product as well. And if you shop with me and you spend more than £30 before delivery charges added, you will also get 5 packets of 2 yards of retired ribbons. They could be any colour, any kind of ribbon. They may be retired colours, but they are all 2 yards and each one will have its colour on there. This one, for example, is 2 yards 11 inches in that one because it was the end of the roll, but minimum of 2 yards, and all you need to do is spend £30 in my online shop and that will come out with your Happy Mail. You'll also get an extra 6 packet, which I've got lots of packets which were longer than just 11 inches but not 2 yards, so that's just going to be a little bonus for you. If you've enjoyed my video and would like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please click on the subscribe button and then click on the bell by the side of it, and that way you'll get the notifications. Before I also forget, during September, Stampin' Up are running a special promotion for new recruits. If you'd like to become a team member with me, as well as getting the £130 worth of free product for your £99 starter kit fee, you will also get kit, enough cardstock, envelopes, card bases and everything that you need to make 16 cards. You'll get 2 stamp sets, one of them which is something like love, lots of love or something, and Queen Anne's lace, and you'll also get a packet of basic rhinestones. So there's a lot extra there for your £99 joining fee. If you'd like to know more, please contact me at JanB@janbcards.com. I'd love to explain to you, and I'd love to have you join my team of superstars. Many thanks for joining me today. In the meantime, please take care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for joining me. Cheerio.